Yeah, it's funny because sometimes people will be like, "Oh, are you a YouTube guy?" And it's just like, I mean, who isn't putting stuff on YouTube? But no, I don't consider myself that. I make stuff, and then of course that's a place to share it, so you put it on there. It's just the way someone has a Facebook page. I'm not like a Facebook person. It's just another thing. Or like I have a cell phone doesn't mean I'm a cell phone person. You know what I mean? But like when I think of like someone who's like a YouTube person, it's normally that obnoxious like, "What's up, YouTubers?" and like that corny stuff. And no, I hate that stuff. Bobbleheads, VHS tapes. Bobbleheads, they're kind of like these little statues of baseball players.
Oh, the really
and the head goes like, yeah. I guess I have a small collection of those, but mostly VHS tapes. Like I have a huge DVD and VHS collection. I like that. I like having those. I don't know. Yeah. Because there's like in LA, there's a store called Amoeba Music that has just an endless amount of videos of VHS, and you can get them at thrift stores and stuff like that too. But I always just feel like if I haven't seen the movie, and if the Blu-ray or DVD doesn't have many bonus features on it, I might as well just watch it on VHS. And then plus I have a lot of old stuff that I shot, or I used to record stuff off of TV on my VCR, and I would just make compilations of weird stuff on TV, before YouTube. So then I just have all those tapes, and I like all that old weird stuff. So yeah. First movie I think I saw was E.T. Yeah, the theater. Yeah. And then I remember the scene where they're waiting for the pizza, and they're in that kitchen, and there's like the red and white checkered tablecloth they had. For ages after I saw it, I always thought they were at a pizza parlor. I didn't know that they were at their house. But anyway. But E.T. I think was the first one I saw at the theater. It was either that or Black Stallion, that horse movie. I don't think I've had a day where that many things happened, but the things that happen in it, variations of those have happened to me. Like the road rage guy yelling at me in front of the store, something like that happened to me in real life. It was a guy in a Hummer chased me into this Walgreens parking lot, like a drugstore parking lot, and then started yelling at me pretty much the same way he did in the movie. Then it just ended with me being like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself," So I don't know if you can use that in this, but telling him the whatever, and then he drove off. But he didn't. I was in a car. I didn't have a bicycle with me that day. But then I came back outside to see what was happening, and he apparently he took a photograph of my license plate and left. It was really dumb. But anyway, that kind of like idiot, like macho, tough guy sort of thing. Yeah, like I've run across versions of that. The cat that we had in the movie had died. He was a yard cat. Like he was at the house when we first moved in. He was just really nice, and we were just like, "Oh, he'd be a great cat," because he's already outside, and we, he already lived there, kind of in the neighborhood, and we just were feeding him and taking care of him. And then, yeah, over the course of making it, he died. Unfortunately, it was a bummer. I'd say filmmaker because that encompasses a number of things. Yeah. But I don't know. To me, it feels normal doing all those things because a lot of my work leading up to this I've done that way, and it just feels like different phases of one project. You know what I mean? Like it's like, if I don't know if this is a tacky comparison or something like that, but if there's like a singer-songwriter in a band, you wouldn't expect that person to just write the song and then like watch someone else sing it. There's a lot of different ways, but you know what I mean? Like people can do things, but I feel like it's just normal like that. It doesn't, it shouldn't feel weird. It feels normal. Yeah. I like to watch how the audiences react to it, and it's like, I don't know. I've seen it enough now, but like that's the only way I can watch it, and it'd be interesting to me. Like I can kind of watch it as like just a normal viewer because there's people around who haven't seen it, so I can kind of, and also it tells me a lot of what works and what doesn't. Like there's a couple jokes in there that never hit, but people don't know that they're jokes that didn't hit. But I'm like, okay, note to self, that won't work next time. People are on their phones all the time. I think so many times in movies now, like there's so many solutions for regular everyday problems, like a cell phone you can call for help. There's like Uber. I mean, there's certain things cost money and stuff like that, but there's like solutions for most problems, and I think a lot of times movies just ignore the solutions, and that drives me nuts because I'm watching a movie and I'm like, there's a solution for that. You could do this or that. You could call a buddy and maybe get a lift, and I mean there's all sorts of different circumstances. But anyway, I think it's a realistic thing to have cell phones and gadgets and all that crap in movies that are supposed to be present day. Yeah. Well, thanks. Thanks for the sodas.